It is a valid question why anyone would ever carve out the time in their day to listen to anything we have to say. So thanks, Dennis, for listening.
Hi, Dennis.
Thanks for listening, Dennis. We have a dentist and a dentist officially.
And that's all we got.
That's all. Well,
and Reynauds.
I got some spicy Reynauds updates.
Good.
Okay, well, rude. I don't know. I don't want to. The bass is...
A little extra bass for you.
It's 40.
Yeah,
40,
it's all about that bass.
40 bass tones. That's my cover band.
Okay.
But we don't do boss tone songs. It's just 3 tenors. But it's baritone because it's 40 bass tones.
Okay.
I'm workshopping it. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell, and I'm half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcast.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 131. Once again today, we have no video component because Brandon can't. So I want to apologize to Dennis, our Dennis with FPB Music Publishing, who was helping us with the podcast. Dennis, be honest, are we the worst people you're working with?
You don't have to ask him.
Are we the worst ones?
You can ask me. And the thing is, I'm the worst. And we're the worst, and he works with us on separate projects. So it's like a double dip sandwich of terrible. And
I want to thank you, Dennis, for the work you're trying to do with us. You know, we're difficult, is what I'm saying.
We're a humanitarian cause for sure.
We really appreciate you, Dennis, and we're doing our best.
You should see if you could get FEMA involved or just something to where we can get some hazard bucks. Because I'll tell you what, we're a disaster. Honestly, could we just have a telethon, bring together some celebrities and have them be like, guys, for $1 a day, for less than the price of a latte.
Way less
than the price of a latte in this inflation-based economy. You can help support 2 dummies who get together and talk and really anger Dennis, who make Dennis's life
Dennis,
miserable.
who's really trying to help us, and we're not getting it, Dennis. I'd like to tell you that we will get it.
But I'm not
I don't know. I don't know.
But a pastor
maybe 2025
shall not tell lies. Yeah, no, 2025 is not our year. I'm already kicking it to 6. Because honestly,
It hasn't even started.
I need some runway.
Yeah.
I need a little runway if I'm going to get better. And honestly, it's frankly, count yourself lucky that I'm not kicking it to 27 because the dance card's pretty full. With just all of the improvements I need to prepare to make.
Yeah, the vision board is coming off the edges.
Yeah.
What you been up to, Brandon?
Trying. Just trying. No, good up to good. That's what I've been doing, is getting up to good. And when someone says, you up to no good? I say, I'm up to good.
Yeah.
I'm staying out of trouble? Yeah, sure. Someone asked me that. I was getting on the elevator the other day, and I didn't know.
That's where the best conversations happen.
I didn't know how to respond.
Brief.
I didn't know how to respond. And so, normally I have my brief conversations in the hosiery section at Target. But this one, I was getting on the elevator, and a guy walks up to me. He's a very nice guy. And he's like, hey, you staying out of trouble? And I never know how to answer that question because of course I am.
Yeah. I'm a father,
Have you met me? And I said, I don't know what I said, but as the elevator doors closed, I might have said something like up to no good or it's party hardy. It's like, I don't know.
Trying.
But trying. Every day is a struggle, but seriously. Trying to stay out of trouble, but honestly, They're right on my tail.
That's do you know what? I think I've said that to people before
Staying
and
out of
then
trouble?
later been ashamed.
You should be.
You know, it's okay if you say it to students, and I work with a lot of students. I feel like that's appropriate. But for an adult to say it to another adult, it's kind of one of those that you keep in your backpack. You pull out every now and then when you don't really know how's it going? You staying out of trouble?
Staying out of trouble.
It's cheeky.
I one time remember,
but it's appropriate for students.
I remember one time during one of your pastorings.
Okay.
That's what they're called?
Sure.
One of your TED Talks.
Sure.
When you
one of my TED Talks for Jesus.
From the pulpit, you said,
yeah.
How's everybody doing? Staying out of trouble? And then you waited.
I didn't say that.
For every
from the pulpit.
Congregant to answer one at a time.
We were there for 6.5 hours that Sunday.
Golden Corral was cold by the time I got there. Frankly, by the time it was over, I was ready to not stay out of trouble. I was ready to go ham on this beer. And so, listen,
Brandon.
But I said I don't know what to. Sometimes when I see people walk past, and when I say bye to them, I say, be safe, make good decisions to other adults.
I say that to my children, so it's in my backpack ready to pull out for anyone.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Be good.
Safe.
Make good decisions.
Yeah. And I say this to my children. Remember who you are.
Yeah. As the elevator doors
Make good choices.
As the elevator doors are closing on one of my colleagues, I say, be careful, little eyes, what you see.
Yeah.
Or be careful, little ears, what you hear.
Right.
Here is the church.
'Cause the Father up above is looking down in love. So be careful, little eyes, what you see.
And
Mouth,
stay
what
out
you
of
say.
trouble. And stay out of trouble.
Remember who you are.
Okay.
I don't like it. What you been up to?
Why was Voldemort the one saying that to me just now? Who am I? What? Remember what? The boy who lived? What have I been up to?
You speak parcel mouth?
I've been up to good, and I played. I was able to play some golf yesterday.
Yeah, I heard.
In the cold.
It was chilly day. One of those days that when you look at the temperature, it's not that cold. Like it was in the 50s. In the morning, it was colder. But then...
The thermometer was a liar.
Well, no, because it's a damp.
Yeah.
It was spitty all day. And that's when you feel it in your bones.
And that's when your hands cease to function.
And there's no sun.
There's no sun. Mm-hmm. And there's no hope on the horizon.
Well, and you're holding a metal stick.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help.
Golf club.
That's what it is called.
So the first thing that happened before the golf round started.
Where'd you guys play?
Kicking Bird.
Lovely.
We got a tea time.
Beautiful.
We got a tea time because nobody in their right mind wanted to golf yesterday.
Who was golfing?
It was me and Levi.
Yeah. I knew Levi.
And Michael. And Michael was supposed to bring Jet Ski Carl, but Jet Ski Carl couldn't make it.
Got it. Jet Ski Carl's a great nickname, by the way, for anyone.
I mean, Jet Ski Carl...
He's not staying out of trouble.
Jet Ski Carl...
He's making it.
...has trouble in tow. He's got it. And I'll tell you what, get your life jackets because here comes Carl on a jet ski and trouble's coming with him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
no Jet Ski Carl.
Okay. You, Mike, and Levi.
Me, Mike, and Levi. And I was on the driving range to start the day. And I play golf with my friend Jesse, who I adore.
Yeah.
But on the golf course, Jesse.
Jesse.
He's a great golfer and an even better friend.
Great human, too.
Great human. Mm-hmm. But I have a bag of golf clubs for him. He said, take my golf clubs and just bring them to me when we golf. I don't need them any other time.
Oh, wow.
And so I take the clubs. Okay. And Jesse...
Are you his caddy?
A little bit, yeah. And his chauffeur but he...
Emotional support.
He just willy-nilly, just man baby that he is. He takes golf clubs out of my bag and be like, I'll just use this one on this hole. And then he puts it back in the other bag. So I don't know where clubs are.
It's a mixed bag, quite literally.
Quite literally. But those are my favorite days. I love golfing with him. It's great.
Yeah.
But I get back out on the golf course and I have taken my clubs yesterday only to realize that several of my key clubs that I use regularly have been moved to the other bag.
I wish that I had Jesse's bag. That was dumb.
You were sitting on that one for a minute.
I really
you?
wasn't.
God,
it just popped in and it popped out, and I apologize, guys.
That's the opposite of staying out of trouble.
I'm really sorry, guys. That was bad. Go ahead.
Because we're good. No, we're gonna sit. We're gonna sit in it for a minute. We're going to bask in the afterglow of that. Because bag and girl rhyme. It's good. It's good. No, but I get out there only to realize that a couple of the clubs that I use regularly, not in my bag. So I'm going to go up. I'm going to go practice with some other clubs. My hybrid club is gone.
Okay.
Gone. In the wind.
Oh, no.
And so I then...
And those aren't cheap.
Well, it's in the bag.
Oh.
But so I go out with a 5-wood to practice. Mm-hmm. I'm talking to Levi as I hit. Just the club head flies clean off of it.
Yeah.
Farther than the ball.
Yeah.
I have to walk out in shame, tail between my legs, onto the driving range while people are hitting balls to fetch the club head of my golf club. Mm-hmm. So now I'm down another club. Okay. And so then we get out there to play and it starts misting. I'm down like 4 clubs and I can't feel my hands. That's
Are you wearing gloves?
So, no.
That would have maybe helped.
I have some fingerless gloves that I wear and I put hot hands in them.
Yes.
We've discussed this.
Yes. Gross.
Sorry, I forgot them this round, so I didn't have them. Also, only had 1 hot hands. I don't know if you can count. I have 2 hands, and I have 2 pockets, which means I need at a minimum 2 hot hands, 1 in each pocket, but I ended up having to go to the clubhouse and buy some more. So I have 4 hot hands, 2 in each pocket, and I'm sticking my hands in there in between golf shots.
Yeah. Well, what I loved was Levi's text after you golfed when he said, "My warm heart of the day is golfing with Brandon despite frigid temps and him not being able to." And he said it was kind of a tournament for Reynauds.
Yeah.
The only thing we raised was hope. And press was minimal, non-existent.
No, not as called on account of weather. But you're burying the lead because what he said was seeing me overcome insurmountable odds to shoot an 86 in these conditions.
Oh, okay. Gosh, we've got to be specific, guys. We've got to tell you.
When I do something of note,
say it.
Say it.
Sorry.
But if you see me getting into trouble, don't say it. Don't ask it or say it or anything about it.
Yeah. So it turned out to be all right because you did okay.
I had a great time.
Maybe you should keep cold hands in your pockets on warm days.
I'm sitting there with my hand in a bucket of ice in between shots.
It might improve your game.
Hating it.
Well, you'll score better. How else was your week? What else did you do?
How else was your week? What?
You know what I'm getting at.
I did. Well, we went to dinner on Friday.
I know. I've got that in here.
So that happened.
It did.
But it's Tuesday, so my week's still going.
Sure. But I mean the weekend.
It's so busy. Everything's been busy.
I know. You were just saying normally this time of year in your line of work, which is commercial real estate, is slow.
Yeah, but it's not this year. People are out here. So I've been
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I do know.
Welcome to Economy Corner.
I can tell you if you'd like.
I do.
It's because of interest rates improving and also the election being over.
Sure.
Whoever won, people were just waiting till the election was over to just do anything.
Yeah.
So it just feels like it's like someone had kinked a hose full of things and then they just let it all go at once.
Yeah.
And I'm on roller skates, getting knocked off, just limbs akimbo.
Yeah. But it's going well.
It's busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. What about you? How's your week been?
Oh, you never ask.
I never care.
Guys, last week when we recorded, I mentioned that we were going to do family photos that evening.
Yeah.
We did family photos that evening with our dear friend. And French language correspondent, Katie.
Yeah, she wears mini berets.
She does.
Ouais. Sacre bleu.
Yeah. C'est fromage.
Anyway, bonsoir, Katie.
Yeah. So she took our family photos, which is fun because she has photographed our family before 5 years ago when the kids were much younger.
Yeah.
And we went to Hafer Park, which is a sweet spot for our family. We spent a lot of time there over the years. And here's what I loved.
Yeah.
It was a chilly day, but the fall colors were still here.
You do
foliage.
You do foliage.
I'm a foliage nerd. And so we got some of that in there. But what I loved is that Katie pulled up the session from 5 years ago and we recreated some of the same poses.
That's just lazy, Katie. Come up with new poses.
It was, she did, but we recreated, and it was really sweet. We also recreated a picture that our friend Sid took of us where I don't know, it's kind of a common pose. People may have seen it, but where you're walking and the mom and dad kiss each other and the kids are totally grossed out and make faces. Do you know what picture I'm talking about that we took when the kids were little?
No.
Okay, we recreated that with our 16, 13, and 11-year-old. The boys were not thrilled, but they did it anyway, and it's fun. It's super cute.
Sounds fun.
But anyway, guys, if you are waiting to do that family photo session, go ahead and book it because, man, these kids are growing.
Book it with Katie. We have an affiliate link.
Book
it's
it
in the
with
bio.
Katie.
Book it with Katie, and we will make so many francs off of this.
Guys, it'll be 75% off with code Dennis.
With code Dennis.
Dennis hates us.
But you have to spell hates with a Z.
That's right. No, Katie, you get the full proceeds. But anyway, guys, book them.
No.
Because
you don't speak for this podcast.
Oh, okay.
If Katie, I'm telling you.
Sponsor us, Katie.
Katie, if you get someone with code Dennis hates us, you know my PayPal.
Finder's fee.
You know my Venmo, gal. Mm-hmm. I've Venmo'd you money for photos before, so don't act like you can't find it.
Yeah.
It's Barnes and Beefwell with 7 money signs after it.
But man, the kids change so quickly, and they truly are treasures. We haven't seen all of them yet, but we've seen a few sneak peeks, and I just can't wait. It was part of my birthday gift,
Dude.
When's the last time you guys did family? On the beach, probably.
Yeah, but that was not us, just us.
I know, but you guys had one of the 3 of you.
Yeah, but the last time I remember taking a photo was...
With your family?
Was years and years ago, before we even had Ben.
Oh, I took it on a bench.
And then I photoshopped a chalkboard into it and then wrote, "We bought a chalkboard."
Yeah, I did, guys.
That was the big announcement. I still have that picture. I need to share it with the socials.
Everyone thought you guys were announcing a pregnancy.
We bought a chalkboard.
We did a thing.
I was so pleased with myself. I thought that was so
You're the worst.
Yeah, that's not up for debate. That's yeah, the kids are changing.
They're changing. Book that photo session, guys.
They're changing. Book that photo session. Don't neglect your screenings, guys.
Neglect your screenings. Or your family photo sessions.
Can I tell you something about just kids and kid-related things?
Sure.
Was talking to dear friend and used to be fan of the pod, but I think he's sick of me.
Oh, no.
No, I think he just hasn't been traveling as much lately, so he's not as caught up as Grady.
Hi, Grady. Sponsor us, Grady.
We always exchange stupid videos, and in the background of one of his videos, I heard his son, Grant, singing something in the background, just singing. And I was like, what is this hooky situation that Grant's singing? And Grady was like, it's called Skibidi Toilet.
Yeah.
And I had never heard Skibidi Toilet.
Oh,
and so we've
talked about it.
Yeah, but we've talked about the term, but not the song. There's a song.
I've mentioned the song.
Well,
you weren't listening. Surprise.
Grady and I were like, can we just start writing these type of songs?
Yeah.
And so we're gonna write a whole bunch of Skibidi Toilet style songs and make $1 billion
from Gen Alpha.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
you need to play that in middle school. Here's the future for you and Grady. I see it.
Okay.
Middle school gymnasiums filled to the brim.
Sure.
With sweaty children.
This is it.
You and Grady on the platform.
That's okay.
Singing.
The stage?
Skibidi Toilet. Well, it's a gym. It's a platform. They drag it in.
I'm not going to play some fly-by-night.
You would. That's where Skibidi... But you have to make it educational.
Right.
So you need to think about this as you're penning these songs. They need to be not just nonsense.
Yeah.
If you're going to get booked on a middle school tour of the U.S.
Why are you suddenly the business end of the Skibidi Toilet?
Well, I'm just trying to capitalize.
Okay.
Sponsor us, Skibidi Toilet.
Yeah, well, you're not a part of this.
Okay.
You're not invited.
I'll come out dressed as a librarian. I'll do with a chalkboard, and I'll do a little lesson.
I got one.
I bought one. 2011.
It still works. Still takes chalk. It still takes chalk.
Oh, man. Okay, so after family photos.
There's no planned obsolescence in the chalkboard world. Once you chalk forever. Guys, that's the thing. You get a computer, 2-3 years, battery won't hold a charge, screen, dim,
Right. Cloud.
New, bigger,
full,
new, bigger, better. But you know what?
faster.
You know what stays consistent? Chalkboards.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, it's the way of the future.
It's the way of the past.
And the present and the future.
Yeah.
Chalkboards.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, once you go chalk, you never go balk. You got it. And you're chalking. And we're talking and talking. Welcome back to Talking Chalk with Brandon and Ashley, where we talk about chalkboards for an hour a day.
So stupid.
You're stupid.
After a family photo session, which was very precious, we went to Upper Crust for dinner with Katie. That's how we bribed the children to go through with the session. So guys, book your family photo session, but make sure you're going to dinner somewhere great after, because that's when you threaten them and say, if you don't smile, if you don't hold hands with your brother and recreate this picture from 7 years ago, no pizza for you.
Yeah.
And it kind of works.
You took Katie? You went with Katie?
Yeah, Katie
That's
came
fun.
with us. I know. She's such a delight. But right after
I
that.
always feel like if I do something like that, Katie took pictures of me for a thing one time, and by the time we were done, I cannot imagine she would want to sit across a table and eat pizza with me. Like, I would imagine she'd be like, I'm sick of your stupid face. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to hear it talk. I don't want to watch your dumb face eat. I have to still go edit this and try to make you look halfway presentable. I don't want to sit across an upper crust table from you.
Yeah.
Not you guys, though.
What can I say?
Photogenic.
Likeable.
Yeah, well.
Sociable.
Sociable. Socialists.
Okay. But right after dinner, Asher was really wanting to go to his school's ice skating outing up here at Midge Park.
Yeah, sure.
Because they got the rink out here. Guys, every holiday season,
Yeah.
and I've talked about this before, we bring in an ice rink.
Not us personally.
No.
No.
Cold hands, warm hearts, ice skates.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Because you know what I hate? Ice skating.
You have weak ankles.
I don't have weak ankles.
I'm looking at them. Okay.
They're very strong.
No.
These danced for years.
It's toothpick feet. No. It's like they come to a point. It's the weirdest.
Anyway, guys, I hate ice skating, but every year they do this, and it's not a large rink.
It's not big enough.
It's very small.
Yeah.
And if you get a middle school in there, it's crowded. So we show up, first of all, coldest night of the year so far.
Yeah.
Asher is still wearing his family photo outfit.
Sure.
He looks sharp, but no coat. And I said, do you want to go home? No, there's not going to be time. I'm fine. So I pay for him to go in, and I'm like, it is far too cold. I'm not sitting out here and watching this. So I pulled my car up, and I could still see the entire rink.
Sure.
And I was toasty in my car. Watching this middle school skate night on a rink as big as this room, maybe, was really something else. Here's what they were doing.
I literally just, when you said that, I looked around the room to get it, to like place myself
Scale.
in space and time, because it's got to be bigger than this.
It's like
room.
twice the size of this room. It is tiny. It is not large. As if you don't spend all your time in here like, how big is this room?
How? I don't know.
Anyway, so I kept seeing the kids. They had those little scooter things, they're big plastic. They look like walkers, but they're plastic for people who aren't good ice skaters.
Sure.
And they're for small children, but all these people had them, the middle schoolers. So I kept seeing them like skate, 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 and then turn to the side. And what they were doing is creating big shaved ice piles.
Yeah, as you do.
As you do. Then I start to see ice balls.
Yeah.
Just flailing
Whizzing.
across,
Whizzing.
hitting kids in the face.
No, that's a trip. That's a trip to the Crentist.
I know. It went on for an hour and a half, and then they took. And I kept thinking, where are the workers? Who's in charge here? Are there teachers here? God bless them.
Yeah.
Administrators.
Welcome back to Lord of the Flies on Ice.
It was.
Here we go. Who's playing Piggy? Who's got the conch?
It was. And then when I got out of the car to go get him, there was a group of boys in the center of the rink. Again, not a large rink. They had taken all the plastic scooters and built a fort.
Sure.
Scraped all the ice in there and they were just throwing balls from the
Where
fort.
are the adults?
That's what I want to know. We were all in our cars trying to stay warm.
I'm going to run up there. I'm going to strip this shirt off, and I'm going to run, and I'm just going to do a belly slide across it.
Into the fort.
Into the fort and take that whole thing down. Turn me into an angry bird. Shoot me.
It was like Angry Birds.
Yeah.
It was like Angry Birds.
Yeah. Listen, I don't love the idea of there not being any supervision.
I didn't
It's
see
already
any
it's already
adults.
dangerous.
I know. I didn't see an adult except the people in their cars. Maybe the principal was there in his car. Maybe he was out there throwing ice balls.
Maybe he went out for cigarettes and is never coming back.
I don't know. But it was, the kids had a blast. But I did wonder about the supervision.
There was, or lack thereof.
Hope has her ice skating outing tonight. Her school's and I'm unable to attend, and I'm not sad about it.
She's going to break some teeth
Well,
with ice balls.
I rebuke that.
Why?
You can't speak that into existence about my daughter.
She's going to break other people's teeth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Then we're fine.
Not staying out of trouble. Hope.
Never.
No.
So Wednesday, okay, last week I did not sound great on the podcast, guys.
Did not.
Guess what? It wasn't allergies. And I want to take this opportunity to formally apologize to Leo.
Yeah.
Because I blamed him for that.
Yeah, he's been walking around pretty butthurt since.
Well, I'm sorry,
He's
buddy.
been a little salty, and it's because of your unkind words, your thoughtlessness,
Selfishness.
wanton disregard for other people's feelings and emotions.
Yeah. And health, apparently, because I was sick.
Yeah, you brought it around, and you know what? It's a good thing.
Did you get it?
I mean,
Did anyone in your home?
I don't know, Margot.
Surely by now. It's been a week, 7 days.
I think we're okay.
Yeah, we're out of the woods. Yeah, I didn't feel great. It wasn't terrible. It was just like a little cold or something. But that next Wednesday, I did stay in bed for most of the day,
Okay.
which gave me a chance to catch up on some TV,
Yeah.
which I'll talk about in a minute. But I did watch the Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie, Our Little Secret. Have you watched it yet?
No.
Guys, we gave you a directive last week that we are all going to watch the new Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie on Netflix, Our Little Secret. We gave you 2 weeks to do it. So next week, episode 132, we're going to be talking about that. I'm not going to say anything about it, but Mom watched it as well, and she texted with us a bit about it. And there was some hilarious commentary from Crindy. And for those of you who haven't been with us for a long time, Mom used to do movie reviews.
Yeah.
And it was a highlight. Honestly, Dennis, that's when the show took a nosedive.
Yeah. Well,
That's when Grady quit listening.
It's just more time for us to talk. If you can carve out a good chunk for someone else to do something.
I know. And so anyway, I'm just saying, Mom, Crindy, you'd make a lot of people happy this holiday season if you submitted a review of Our Little Secret that we could share next week.
She won't do it.
She won't do it.
She won't do it.
What changed? What changed?
Her feelings about us?
Possibly.
Probably.
Quite possibly. I also watched some other things that we'll get to later, but Jeff was looking at Netflix, like what had been playing recently one night, and he goes, I know when you're really sick because you binge a lot of weird shows.
Yeah.
And I just said, no, Jeff, this is the real me. If I had the time and the wherewithal to do this, I would eat soup in bed all the time and binge weird shows.
Yeah, this is bleak.
This is who you married.
You are one of... You literally just described... You're one of Charlie Bucket's grandparents.
That's the dream.
Just living...
No, because they had no TV and they shared the tiny bed with 4 people.
But they were in
They didn't
there.
have socks on.
They were soup.
It was cold in there.
Just living in farty linens.
The bed was too short. They couldn't even lay down in it.
Can you imagine?
What?
It's 4 people
Yeah.
under the same blankets.
Yeah.
That's a recipe.
Did they ever shower? We don't know.
No.
Did they have a shower in their home? We don't know.
We don't know anything.
No.
All we know, and this is not a hot take from me. This is the internet has spoken that the greatest villain in the history of film is Grandpa Joe. Sits there, impoverished home, doesn't work, doesn't get up, doesn't do anything, watches Mr. Bucket go out and work hard every day to try to provide for a house full of family and
Makes a
elderly
face when he gets served cabbage soup.
Right. And the mom slaving cabbage.
Laundress.
Fartiest vegetable.
Yeah.
And she brings it and gives it to him. And then the minute there's a golden ticket, he can moonwalk.
He can dance.
He's dancing. Oh. I'm going back to the factory. Mm-hmm. No one says anything.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. That's a really good.
And I wish it was
We've talked about this before, but not in depth.
I wish it was my original take, but I do agree with it that Grandpa Joe.
Mm-hmm. But as a child watching that, did you have that thought, or were you just like, "Oh, this is such an opportunity for their family. It's magical."
He's healed by the power of chocolate.
Yeah. Which honestly,
he's healed. But I'll tell you what else. Do you know who didn't budge? The other three grandparents who've been living their truth this whole time.
George and Georgina and Josephina.
Makes me feel like, hey, is Grandpa Joe getting up and going out on the town at night after everyone is out in here farting in their soup? And Grandpa Joe's out at the discotheque carousing.
Possible.
Grandpa Joe's carousing.
Yeah.
He says, I got a golden ticket. Mm-hmm. Who wants to come back to the buckets? We got cabbage on the boil. Have you seen these dance moves?
Oh, fan fiction.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. And then he creeps back into bed.
Yeah.
No one's the wiser.
Double life.
Wow.
Grandpa Joe.
Listen, there's an opportunity in this fan fiction.
How funny if just out of like next season on Netflix, Joe, and it's just the secret nightlife of Grandpa Joe.
On you,
okay,
buckets.
We're better than this. That's no, but yes, and there's no wrong bad ideas in the brainstorming phase. It's Joe on you, buckets,
buckets.
colon buckets. The Joe on you, buckets.
So stupid. Anyway, guys, so I was feeling better on Friday. Like I say, if you do come down with this, it is short-lived. So don't be concerned.
Oh, cool. So go ahead and build
it. If you get it, you're going to feel better in 2 days.
Bedridden.
Mm-hmm.
Bedridden. Call me Joe. My name's Joe.
So we did go to dinner on Friday night with...
Grandpa's a liar and a thief. Charlie needs his teeth fixed, but nope.
He really does.
Grandpa.
Also a decent haircut. Poor boy.
There's a lot that could be done for poor little Charlie Bucket.
Also a sweater whose color is in his palette.
And it's not, right, and it's not, like, I can hear the wind going through the holes in the sweater. There's so much. Unburdened by Grandpa Joe, Charlie
could have a coat.
He's Richie Rich.
He could be dressing in his palette, which is soft summer.
Is that what he is?
Well, he's fair.
Okay.
Like me. But takes one to know one.
But I'll tell you what's not fair. Life for Charlie Bucket.
Not when you got a grandpa like Joe.
You got Peepaw Joe sucking all the air out of the room. Man.
Anyway.
I know why you've got a golden twinkle in your eye. It's because you're sneaking under the fart sheets for a nip of gin every chance you get. Grandma. You're ham-housed in bed with the other grandparents. Here we are, just trying to make it by. Life's dumping problems on us by the bucket. And you're under here. Little sip. Little sip. Can I have some of that, Joe? No, Josephine. This is just enough for me.
Listen, I'm crying.
Listen, joke's on you, buckets.
Coming this winter to Netflix.
But it's not good enough to make it on Netflix. Somehow one of the offshoots got it Tubi, Sploink. One of the networks that's just like free, but it has an ad every 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Coming soon to Voodoo. Joe. Joke's on you, buckets.
Sponsor us, Voodoo.
Sponsor us, Tubi. I love Tubi.
I love Tubi. So yeah, we went to dinner on Friday night at Boulevard Steakhouse. Here's what I want to say about dear friend Levi. We went with dear friend Levi and Jess and Crindy and Harry.
You peeled yourself away from your soup sheets and came out.
I came out. I was feeling great.
Yeah,
I was dancing.
The rest of us weren't.
Anyway, so the reason we try to do this once a year, if we can, with Mom and Dad and Levi and Jess and Jeff, all of us, because you guys do some business things together and it's like a celebratory, like, let's toast to the year. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
That kind of
Nope, that's good. That's how we pitched it. That was the original idea, and we did it in that voice too.
Everybody raise a glass.
Counts to the year. Why are you talking like that? You never talk like that.
It just seems appropriate for the occasion.
Golly gee. Toast to the year. Ah.
But what I loved, and I said this to Jeff after, the restaurant looked so beautiful for Christmas. They had greenery and lights everywhere. And I said, here's one of the things that helps make the holiday season so festive. A dinner out at a restaurant that is cozy and like leaning into the holiday. It just kind of heightens the whole holiday experience.
Sure.
And we hadn't done that yet with that. And it was just lovely. But here's what I'll say about our dear friend Levi. And you know what I'm going to say. Levi cannot, he is incapable of resisting an opulent seafood display.
He's got panache. He orders with panache.
He
That's
orders
for
with
sure.
panache. And I didn't even know that the waiter had taken our order. Next thing I know, raw oysters.
It's like a rabbit out of the hat. Here comes
On the half shell.
Yeah, Poseidon's bounty out of as if from nowhere.
Right. And guys, if this sounds familiar, it's because it is.
Yeah.
When we've gone to dinner with Levi before, out from nowhere pops a seafood tower.
Here's the thing. Levi is good at. He has an excellent memory for things people like.
Yeah.
Like he will order, like he tells me, he's like, I order oysters
for you
because he knows that I love oysters. So it's very
Just
thoughtful.
very
He's very
kind.
thoughtful, and
He's a thoughtful guy.
but I do feel like these oysters in particular, really kind of knocked people's socks off.
They were pretty good. I'm not an oyster gal, but I had one, and it was the best one I'd
You
ever
said,
had.
Shucks.
I did. Aw, shucks.
Get it?
I do.
Because of the
Let's sit in it.
let's bask. Yeah, okay. Oh, really? We're gonna sit here and I wish I
Compare
had
this to
Jesse's bag and Aw Shucks. Aw Shucks is coming off the top rope. Aw Shucks is a winner of a dad joke.
Listen.
I wish I had Jesse's bag.
It was solid, okay?
It's a Grandpa Joe of a joke.
Okay. But so out come raw oysters and the shrimp and oyster display. I will also say that shrimp was one of the best shrimps I've had in some time.
Yeah.
It was really good. So we started the meal with that and then had steaks and ordered family style sides. And it was such a wonderful meal. Love that. Warmed my heart right up. Festive, jovial.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
To all of it. Then we had kind of a low-key weekend. Sunday night, I got to go to Dad's Christmas cantata at their church. They did this cantata that was the Magnificat from the book of Luke. And it was absolutely wonderful. You know, their church is also very cozy and Christmassy and thoroughly enjoyed. So many singers.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I should have called you.
It's okay. I don't exist sometimes.
Okay. Anyway, but it was wonderful.
No room at the end.
One other thing. Okay.
Brandon can't come to the cantata.
You are the worst.
Hey guys, name's Brandon Birdwell. If there's one thing you should know about me, persona non grata at the cantata. Brandon's not invited.
I'm sorry. I thought you knew or I would have called.
Oh, in a manger. It was an awfully silent night for this guy.
Okay. Listen.
Listen.
The Christmas puns abound.
Yeah, well, I wish I had Jesse's bag. So
You're never going to let me forget it.
I'll tell you this, persona non grata at the cantata is a pretty good title.
That's pretty good. Okay. One other thing that happened this weekend. Our coffee machine died, just gave up on us. So, Jeff's a real coffee snob. He's a coffee snob.
Jeff is has a real taste for the finer things. He appreciates the good things.
He does. He has a fine palate for wines and coffee. He does. Whereas my palate is finely attuned to cheese.
You're a Cheez-It gal.
I'm a cheese. Well, I do love a Cheez-It, but I love cheeses.
Fromage.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So our Nespresso Virtuo, she was 2 years old.
Sure.
I know, too young.
2 years? I'll tell you what doesn't. I'll tell you what doesn't
go.
kick the bucket at 2 years is a chalkboard. They keep on keeping on.
Yeah, they do.
They leave these other things in the dust.
Oh, good.
Right?
That's good.
But 2 years.
2 years. Now we did have an Nespresso Pixie, the little guy with the little pods. We had that one for 5 years. It crushed it for 5. This one,
believe.
2.
Said thank you, Nest. It's moving past it. It's done.
I know. We were super bummed. There's nothing we could do. We tried all the things, and
did you turn it off and turn it on?
We did.
Did you unplug it?
We did. She gave up. She gave up on us. So there were still some good deals on Nespressos for the Cyber Monday.
Sure. Okay.
And so we ordered one. So I'm getting to a story. So she came last night,
and remarkably well. It's going great.
What is?
You getting to the story?
You need
riveted
to give me a minute. Okay, so she came last night. She's beautiful. I've named her Sabrina
Carpenter
because of espresso. Get it?
I get it.
So she arrived last night.
I feel like Ariana is better because she's serving up grandes, and she.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, she arrived last night at 8:30. It was dark.
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah.
So I open the door and I see the Nespresso box. And as I'm leaning over, I'm focused in on Sabrina. Yeah. I'm leaning over to bring her into the house when I feel a rush. I feel something graze my face as I'm leaning down to get this thing.
It's a great pause. That was a real pregnant pause there.
Well, I thought you dropped something. And so I didn't know what was happening with you. So I yelped. And I turned around and I fell on the carpet. I fell on the rug. I covered my head and I fell down. Asher and Hope were watching a show. Asher thought an intruder was trying to force his way into the home. What had happened was we have a Christmas wreath on the door. There's a bird trying to build a nest in it.
House bird?
A
bird in the house?
No, it wasn't in the house. We've had a bird, a wreath bird, come in the house before.
Aretha?
Her name was Aretha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I'm just picturing you as the bird lady from Home Alone 2 in your house.
Yeah, inside.
Singing espresso.
Yeah.
Talking about me, talking about birds, gonna drink this espresso.
And so the bird grazed my face.
Don't like it.
No.
Don't like it.
Don't like it. So now what am I to do? This is why I can't have a wreath on my door.
You got to go calm your nerves with an espresso.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Well, listen, okay.
It works for Jeff.
We can't all be so fancy as to have an espresso maker.
It's a coffee maker.
It's like with like a cheeky name like Sabrina. Mine makes black coffee. It's named Gary Busey, and it just gets me cranked and ready to go.
Do you have a Keurig? Is that what you do?
No, actually, ours is not. It's a Mocha Master. It's like a.
I don't want to hear it from you.
But it makes like black coffee. It makes like a little pour over. It's great. It makes great coffee.
The Nespresso's great too. That's why we were so heartbroken.
Well, thanks for taking that back. You were telling me I don't want to hear it from you, and then you just take it back from me.
I don't want to hear you disparage than Sabrina.
I'm not. I'm saying Sabrina's classier than Gary Busey. I'm saying that Sabrina Carpenter is classier than Gary Busey.
Right.
My fantasy football team is called Let's Get Busey, and my mascot is Gary Busey.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. It's really good. So anyway.
Thanks.
This is why we can't have wreaths on the door. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's still there today, and I am 100% certain the bird came back to the wreath and has brought twigs and stuff. So now it's going to be a whole... One year we had a bird make a nest in the wreath and lay eggs in it. We had a Christmas wreath on our door till March because of that. I didn't have the heart to remove it.
Can't move it.
No.
If the mom won't come back.
I know.
That's what they say.
But every time we'd open the door, she'd fly away.
Yeah, but she was like, she had to go get cigarettes.
I do think that a cat got the eggs did shatter on the ground, and we were very careful. It wasn't because we were opening and closing the door. I
We
think
literally
it was
stayed in the house.
Sewer cat.
We didn't leave the house until March.
For months.
We Grandpa Joe'd hard.
We went out the back door every day.
No, but we had a snake den out there. We just had animals nesting all around
Well,
the
I
house.
told you, my friend Jenny, as bad as my bird wreath nest is,
Go ahead.
My friend Jenny had a rat snake wrap around her wreath. This was during COVID. Remember when the animals were reclaiming the earth?
They were.
Because we weren't doing our normal things?
Now's our time.
Yeah. So this is why we can't have door wreaths in our neighborhood, guys. Birds and snakes. We're just really in the holiday stuff this week. Do you guys have like parties and events and stuff, or is it pretty low key?
It's kind of low key. I think.
Do you have a Christmas party at the office?
They haven't said anything yet.
You're not invited.
I'm persona non grata at the Cantata, and I will say this: I got shamed by you.
Oh.
You called me a Scrooge.
What?
Because I'm talking.
I'm reacting.
You called me a Scrooge because I didn't have lights outside.
You didn't.
And then Ben doubled down on it and said, we don't have lights outside.
Yeah, Benny.
And I'm not going to do a whole house of lights.
We don't do a whole house of lights.
So I did yesterday. I grabbed some nets and I just threw them onto bushes.
Yeah.
So now there's nets on the bushes.
Look at you. Every time you pull up at night, do you just feel all warm and cozy?
I did it yesterday.
So, no.
No, and I'm still recovering from being outside yesterday, so not warm and cozy. But I do have nets of lights over bushes.
For your boy. Let's not kid ourselves. It's not for me. It's for your son.
I didn't do it for you.
Your child.
I did it to spite you.
Oh, great.
Christmas spites.
Listen, whatever gets the job done.
Spite Christmas lights. That's my...
Spite lights.
That's all it is.
That'd be a great title for a Christmas movie, too.
Spite lights?
Spite lights.
That was the word. That's like almost like the Deck the Halls with Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick. That's very spite lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. Cooked or eaten anything good lately?
I've been still on my dough making. I've really perfected my my pizza crust. I ordered some 00 flour.
Okay.
What
makes that special?
It's like the flour. You know how they always say that like the flour in Italy is so much better for you because it doesn't have all the additives. It's unbleached. It's unprocessed. It's all those things.
Yeah.
And that's why like people with gluten intolerance can process it, and that's why it's so much
why
better.
People lose weight over there.
Right. That's why it's so much better for you.
Yeah.
So I ordered some of that because I've been hand making pasta. Have we discussed that on here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been doing that, and I haven't done it with the 00 flour yet, but I'm excited to.
Yeah.
And
I want to try it.
I
Bring some for Christmas.
okay.
Oh.
I have the I made the Italian grandma sauce that I make, and tonight I'm gonna do chicken thighs in it, and maybe some pasta. I don't know.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah,
sounds real nice.
You know something that Lindsay made that's really good? She got it from maybe you've heard of her, Ina Garden.
Who?
Bite your tongue. But
Barefoot Contessa.
It's cod with like crumbled up Ritz crackers on top, like slow cooked in like butter and wine and lemon. Ooh, it's great.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's great.
Do you serve it on anything with anything?
No, I just stick my face directly into the pan.
Yeah. Sop it up.
That's why my skin is so luminous. It's butter.
It's butter.
I've got a real butter face.
That sounds delicious. I have been on a protein journey. My gosh, Brandon.
Yeah.
As a fitness person, a nutrition person, how on earth are people our age supposed to get their daily recommended protein quantities?
I do it every day.
I know, but you're such a meat eater.
I know.
It's hard for people who aren't so carnivorous to get all their protein. Yeah, it is a struggle. I'm like counting. I'm like, well, here's 5, here's 6. Here's 11.
That's why my
here's
people
2.
will inherit the earth, and yours.
We have the same blood DNA. We are the same people.
No.
Okay.
I've been eating. I get my protein because
I know. I try.
I don't know. I do shakes.
I hate the way the protein tastes. I hate it. Like, I hate it. And I don't hate many foods and tastes and things. It tastes so artificial to me. So, like sweet and low, or like I hate it.
Because you're
What
taking
do I do?
to get a better protein supplement.
Are there any unflavored ones?
Sure.
Like what? What? Do you do a chocolate?
Sometimes.
I've tried those and
Sometimes a vanilla.
I hate it.
Sometimes a vanilla.
And here's another problem I have. There's so many. But whey protein hurts my tum-tum.
Not mine.
Hurts me.
No way.
So what do I do? The plant-based ones are terrible.
They're not. They're also not as effective.
So what do I do? What's a gal to do?
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Do what?
Eat a steak.
I do sometimes, but I'm not going to eat a steak every day.
How many grams of protein is in a Cheez-It?
I don't eat Cheez-Its. I don't.
You do.
I mean, on the occasion.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to hit your protein goals, you'd hit your protein goals.
I need help and guidance. Anybody out there, if you have a protein powder that doesn't taste like garbage,
Ascent Native Protein.
sponsor us. Is it unflavored?
No.
I don't want flavor.
Well,
It's
that's
sick.
Miserable.
Anyway, guys, I'm on a journey.
Clearly, you're not.
I am on a journey, and it's very
A
stressful.
journey to the middle.
Okay, so to help meet my goals, I've been making this bean salad, which is all kinds of different beans and lentils, and I'll do like apple cider vinegar, olive oil, and some spices, and I put it on everything. I eat it with everything, and it's delicious. Great source of fiber, great source of protein, keeps you full. Highly recommend.
And we're still not hitting our protein goals?
I mean, I'm coming up a little short,
Very
if I'm being honest.
Well,
Tonight I'm making a crowd pleaser. This doesn't have anything to do with protein, but it's the TikTok Boursin pasta, where you take the Boursin cheese and mix it with pasta.
are you making your pasta fresh from scratch?
No.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Anyway, but I'm excited about it. I made a sheet pan dinner last night. I love a sheet pan dinner where you put everything on a sheet pan and
For
bake
dinner?
it. For dinner.
Thank you.
The kids love it.
Gosh.
It's good. Mushroom, zucchini, chicken, potatoes. Delicious.
Sure.
Okay, how is your algorithm? Don't laugh at me.
It's still, I'm not joking, it is still so much Wicked. And
Same.
I keep
You've infected
But I
mine.
keep sending it to you.
Yes.
And I will say,
Yeah.
you have to see my point of view.
I see the point of view with how they have edited clips and taken them out of context.
I've watched every second of press they've done.
Have you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had nothing but time on my hands.
Yeah.
Sitting here in the bed with 3 other grandparents.
Eating soup.
Can I tell you something it has showed up in my algorithm like 12 times because it is so good. I keep watching it and I've shared it. Have you seen Ariana Grande's Hermione Granger impression?
No.
It is crazy good.
She's very talented impressionist.
She's really good at it.
She's a talented gal.
That's why she's a good SNL host.
She's got the chops.
She's chops.
She's more than just a tiny little pop star.
Okay.
And if you see Wicked, which you need to, you'll see what I mean.
I'm gonna see it. I'm not gonna go sing along.
Well, I think the days of that are coming to a close. I did see it's going to be like 200 days until it's streaming. So they're trying to get every
And
cent
they're gonna
out
get
of that.
it right until the end. So that's right when part 2 is gonna come out. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they do.
And if you don't know, just look to the western skies
Yeah.
and you'll see.
Yeah. If you care to find them. Anyway, same. You've totally infected it. It's reviews of the press tour and the movie. But my favorite thing is the videos of people who say, me after seeing Wicked. And you sent me the one of, I have watched that no less than 10 times.
I'm sure.
She is everything. Her review of that is so
Yeah.
chaotic and people don't know what I'm talking about. I'll share it.
I fell the
I'll share it.
moving the leaves.
I'll
It's my
share it.
favorite part.
It's so good. All right. What you been watching, reading, or listening to?
A lot of Christmas movies and hold on a second. Let me respond to this.
Do you want me to go?
Yes.
Okay. Whilst I was sick and in bed that Wednesday, I watched something that Lindsay told me to watch on Netflix. Later Daters. Did you
Okay.
watch that with her?
No.
Okay. Guys, this is a group of silver singles who are in the Atlanta area, and they're going on a dating journey. I loved this group of people, and I binged it. It's like the Golden Bachelor without the drama, and it's pretty wholesome as they go, as the dating shows go. But I thoroughly enjoyed Later Daters. I hope they do another season. It was a delight.
Okay.
I also watched the first episode of Man on the Inside with Ted Danson.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
No.
I love the premise. It's so good. He is going undercover into a nursing home as a resident, which is weird to see Ted like that, but it's so darling. And he's trying to solve a jewelry theft.
Okay.
It's a great premise. Now, it could go off the rails, but so far, I'm in it. I think it's great.
A lot of Christmas movies for me.
Okay, that's it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm just doing all the normal ones. I was listening to a record by a guy named Ethan Regan. He's really good. Okay. So that's one.
Sponsor is Ethan Regan.
Yeah.
I've been on a health journey with my podcast. Speaking of getting enough protein, there are just so many changes happening with women my age, right? And we don't have to get into that,
I won't.
Primarily due to hormonal fluctuations. So there are tons of podcasts on that lately, which is great. Girls, if you're interested, gals, guys, the Mel Robbins podcast has quite a few good ones. The Paula Ferris podcast, as recommended by my pal Jenny. But they've been so helpful and so empowering. 1/3 of women's lives are spent in this space of like weird hormonal dips and fluctuations, and understanding why that happens, when that happens, what you can do to hack those things, and the supplements you can take, the nutritional things, all that stuff. Is so empowering because there's not a whole lot of information out there. But recently there's a big influx because women are like, help. It's great.
It's just, it's all a myth.
Every woman I know is talking about this.
Perpetrated by men.
I'm not saying that.
That's why it's called menopause.
Okay.
I blame men.
Guys, don't forget to watch Our Little Secret for next week. It's on Netflix. It's the Lindsay Lohan film. Can't wait to talk about that with you. Also, don't forget ratings and reviews. We need them, guys. I know we bug you about it all the time, but also just for any podcast you love, give a rating, give a review. It helps so very much.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. What's your warm heart?
Benny was really excited when I did the dumb net lights, so that's mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Brandon.
I'm a good dad. I don't know what your problem is.
You need to do it every year.
Don't tell me.
Without him asking.
I'm just going to leave the net up.
All year.
Yeah.
It'll be for the lizards.
Yeah.
It'll light their way.
They'll love it.
In the summer. Mine is, I know I feel like I've done a variation of this before, but just true friends. You know, you've lived some life together and you just share everything with each other. What a gift.
What a gift.
What a gift.
Okay, guys, thanks.
Hey,
I wish that I had
guys.
Jesse's bag.
Yeah. Dennis, thank you. And
Bye,
we're
Dennis.
sorry.
Bye.
Bye.